Okay, so for those of you that live anywhere where there's high winds, like in the Midwest, we get tornadoes, anywhere where you're going to build a trampoline, you want to anchor that thing down. And what a lot of people try to do is they'll put sandbags over those bars on the legs down there, or they'll try to maybe anchor them down with screw-in, sort of those dog leash, what do you call those things? You screw them into the ground and you put a dog leash on it, but those come out pretty easy. A lot of other people will also put rebar. They'll try to rebar it into the dirt. But if you get anything over 50 miles an hour, I've seen trampolines, even at just 50 miles an hour, just pull those right out of the ground. If they're not anchored in with some kind of cement or something, they're gonna just fly away. And these things become sailboats in the sky. And that wind comes up underneath and just picks it up, takes it up, and carries it wherever the wind will take it, into fences, sheds, houses, you name it. There's all kinds of damage. So when you're gonna build a trampoline, you need to make sure that you anchor these things in properly. And one of the best methods that I've seen is this method here. So you basically pick the 3 points, so like that point, and that point over there, the little gaps in between. So I do every other, so that one, not that one, but that one, not that one, but that one. So there's a sort of a triangle, which gives it really good stability. And you can see my 3 holes here. You want to put these about 18 inches to 2 feet down, just like a post hole. You don't have to do it as wide. You don't have to go 2 feet wide or anything like that. You don't really need the circumference so much. You just need the depth just to anchor this down. So you'll do your post holes in each of the 3 spots. And I always center mine just inside. So between these 2 legs here, not there, but right about there. That way the straps go in at an inverted angle just a little bit. Just gives it, again, a little bit more strength rather than just being straight down. So I've got my concrete, my hose, my mixer bucket, and basically you just fill it all the way up with concrete, get a good consistency, a sloshy consistency of the concrete. And then what I've done is you see that bracket right there. What you do is you take a little U-bracket. You can also use a real heavy, thick bolt with the large nut at the bottom, and those work pretty well too. The bigger the bolt, the more sturdy, but rather than a big bolt, I like using these U-bolts here with a flat bracket or a flat plate, just with 2 nuts at the bottom to hold it in. And what it does is when you shove that down into the concrete and then you lift it up just a little bit, and you don't want it too high so your mower hits it, but just low enough to where you can get a hook underneath of that. And I'll show you guys here in a minute what you do there. But you shove that down in there and then you pull up, and that way down the road when this dries and it hardens in there, once you've strapped your straps to that hook around your trampoline, right up here, you'll have a strap that'll hook there at the bottom where that U-bracket is. It'll come up and over this metal beam right here. It'll go over there, back to the other side, and hook in on the other side. And that strap, it'll hold it down nice and sturdy in all 3 directions, so that no matter which direction the wind's coming from, those straps will keep it from moving and from flying up out of the ground. And the concrete has it anchored in, so it's not going to go anywhere. I've done this a few times with different trampolines that we've had, and we've had winds as high as 70, 80 miles an hour. We even had a tornado come through our neighborhood once, and our trampoline moved 2 inches. And the worst tornado that we had, that one I just described, it did cause our net to bend over just a little bit. You could see that it bent that way. But other than that, I was able to bend them back and still use them. But we didn't have to replace the whole trampoline. Later, we just ended up replacing the netting and the bars for the netting. So, but that's way better than having to replace a whole trampoline, and even worse, having to replace somebody's property, their house, their fence, whatever, because of damage you caused because you didn't anchor down your trampoline. So, word to the wise, if you're gonna put a trampoline in your backyard or anywhere for that matter, anchor that sucker down and do your neighbors a favor and be smart. Don't buy a trampoline if you're not gonna anchor it down properly. And when I say properly, sandbags is not enough. Neither is rebar. So do it right. It doesn't take very long. This has taken me 2 hours so far just to dig 3 holes all the way out. And I've already mixed 1 bag for the trampoline, or for the concrete. And I've already put a U-bracket in there. I'm gonna do these next 2. Let it dry for the next 24 to 48 hours, see how hard they get. And then I'll move the trampoline back, strap it down, and we'll be good to go. So again, strap your trampolines down, guys. Anchor them properly. Don't let these become weapons and missiles to your neighbors. That's it.